Last week on Craigslist, I've been looking for a stainless steel 3-tub commercial sink to set up as a potting bench washing area for the garden. So last week I found one. The gentleman called me and I picked it up yesterday. We'll get it unloaded and put into the spot where it's going to go in the backyard, and eventually it'll go up to the homestead. So here's the sink unloaded. The dimensions of this sink: a little smaller than a standard commercial kitchen sink, but it's 20.5 inches wide by 88 inches wide. With a 90-inch total length by 22 by 22 wide. It should be wide enough to set in. What I'll do is put in a wooden plank across 3 of them, or 2 of them, to a potting side, and then I have a watching bench too. We'll get it in the backyard. Well, this will be the final spot for the sink itself. It's on a side yard next to the house. It came with plumbing. I'll hook that up to a drain that we have over here. I'll probably get this leveled up, get a sink and faucet. We'll just run it to a hose so we get water out here. But this here's where we'll do this, and I'll show you how we put everything together and make it work. That's for a different video. Around the corner from the sink, I have a propagation area here. It's a 4x8 flat, drains down, where I'm propagating lavender, my rose cuttings, and some more. Got rose cuttings and some more blueberry bushes. I'll lay this out here so it's easy access from the potting area to where I'll have my propagation. Over here on the side is more basically plants. I've got lavender. We did a couple of cuttings here of some cactus that I need to get into bigger pots. I've got a bigger piece of cactus here that is starting to grow. It's been sitting for a while. And then I have basically herbs through this in here. Back over here, I'll do a final video on this, but when we move into Nevada, I want to hedge along the fence line. The fence line's about 670 feet, so I want to plant Leland cypresses every 10 feet. If you buy them at this stage here, they're about 40 bucks a piece. I bought them a year ago as seedlings. They come in little tiny pots. We transplanted them. The last time I transplanted them, we put them into 1-gallon pots here. And then this here's the last one of the 51 that we'll put into a 5-gallon pot. And then next spring we'll actually take those up and plant them along the fence line. Along in the garden here, I've got 2 raised beds. My peppers are growing great. I've got peppers that I planted, probably every 6 inches. I've got huge amounts of peppers on them going. I've got yellows and reds. They just bush up really tall in this area. At the end over here, I have okra growing. Never grew okra before, so I'd try it. Over here I have 3 plants, well, there's 4 plants of zucchini. And this thing's been growing like mad. I have one here. I'll probably wait one more day before I harvest that. I have some other ones coming on down here. One here, one here. So we'll probably get zucchini for the next month or so. Over here I have a small lemon tree here. It's got 4 lemons on it. This here was a cutting from my Myers lemon in front. I have more cuttings right here that will start. I need to transplant those. But looking on the other side, everybody's been trying Leon's self-watering buckets. So I threw some in. I have some good tomatoes growing in those. Finding out, need to pick these. Really nice ones there. I did another crate. I have a video for a crate that I use. Here's got more in it. My lavender's over here in those crates. But if you go around, this isn't a really big backyard. It's probably about 30 feet long. But I've got roses growing. I've got tomatoes growing. I've got lavender growing. The biggest thing that we started today, or this year, was loofah gourds. Never done those. So I did an arch trellis and threw in some loofah gourds. Gourds are growing here. They'll grow up within September. I'll back up so you can see the actual arch. Giant cattle panel. So it just arches up and it grows. I've got 6 plants there, 3 on each side, and it just grows over the arch and looks nice. Over in the corner over here, this is our blueberry bushes. There's 2 plants in there. I need to move it in a little sun more. I'll take some cuttings off that. Grapevines here. But up top here is the blackberry bushes. I've got 2 blackberry bushes. One right here growing out. I need to trim this thing all back. And then the other one over here. These blackberry bushes have got so big, they show shade for the fence line, but I've pulled probably 18 gallon-sized bags of blackberries off those. We'll juice those down. But through the side here where it's a little cool, I've got my other plants. I'm doing some succulents growing, some cactus, and got my aloe vera over here growing. But this is what you can do. It's just a little tiny track home, a little tiny backyard. We rent, so they really don't care what I do with it, as long as I clean it up after. But this here's a tour of what you can do with a garden in the Suburbans and grow your own food. Thanks for coming along with me on this garden moment. We'll get other videos up probably once every week or 2. I'll try to do an update on what the garden's doing, call it a garden moment, and show you what I'm doing, either propagating, starting new plants, getting new plants in, and what we're growing down here in the California, Sacramento area, so I can take up to the high desert of Nevada and see how it grows up there. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next moment.